Hi, I'm Al Herr, new president of Captivating Dialogue Toastmasters. I don't have much managerial or presidential experience, so I thought it would be fun to make videos, short videos, I promise, of the experience as we go along. Perhaps there's something in there that's helpful to other presidents first time, or even those who've experienced the presidency of a Toastmaster club several times. The first thing I did was look at what I had after I was elected while I was out of the room. Looked at what I had, and our main problem is we don't have a lot of members. We're hovering around 10, which is a dangerous low level, as I know. And some of the officers are having to do double duty. Now, I looked at my officers, very experienced as I am. I've been in Toastmasters for about 20 years. They both have a lot of experience. The first light bulb that went off in my head is I don't really need to act like some sort of manager person in charge. Let's make this a flat management style and act as though we have more than one president, because it'll go better if we pool our resources. So I made that known to the other people, the other officers in the group, Pam and Kevin, that, hey, I'm not going to be acting like the final decider on a lot of decisions. We're going to keep this as a team effort. To reinforce that decision, I said, let's meet in person, since there's few of us and we are able to meet in person, and to get that message across without using Zoom, because I don't think people communicate as well on Zoom as they do in person. The next order of business that I thought was an issue is that instead of saying that the VPR or the VPE will do the exact requirements that are traditionally listed for that role, let's look at who we are and our time constraints and see if it makes sense to modify those. For example, our contact person who should contact a new guest is not in the best position to do that. He has kids, he has a job and so forth, and he's not really able to immediately get back to a potential visitor. So I looked at the personnel, and Pam and I are at home all day. We should do that. We should do the part that ordinarily someone else should do. Who cares, as long as it gets done? Immediately upon presidency, we had a minor conflict, which I thought was educational in the way that it worked out, and a technique that I've often seen be effective when you're an officer. And that is, someone came, a guest visited, everything went fine. He seemed happy. He was happy. He stayed for the after meeting improv session that we do. Everything was fine. The meeting ends, he goes home, and we start to initiate his joining process. He brings up on his own the fine print of Toastmasters. If you look through the fine print, and I don't even know where it is, I know there's fine print for every organization, but I've been in Toastmasters a long time. I've never had any problems with the fine print. Whatever is in there, I've never had any issues. For whatever reason, he didn't like the fine print. He didn't like what was said about what the organization said they could do with your data, for example. We didn't get into it. It was all done through email. So immediately a light bulb went off in my head. Do not initiate this person joining yet. Wait. Let them attend again. Offer them this opportunity to keep attending without joining, to see what is up, to see if they, in fact, like the agenda, the way the meetings are run. So that's the nugget of education that I have to offer here, is that when you run into a conflict like that, halt the process of someone joining and wait for more data to become apparent. A lot of times, if you sit and do nothing, the answer will present itself, and it did. The person decided not to join, and when we stepped back and looked at that, it was the best decision for everyone. And we didn't go through with any kind of paperwork. We just waited and watched. So this is my first episode as president. I'm going to keep them short. And thank you for watching. Al Hur, Captivating Dialogue, Raleigh's only daytime North Raleigh club, every other Wednesday at Christ Baptist Church. Thank you.